So this video is going to be talking about the golden ruler, which there are two options for you. One is a golden ruler report that's generated from Century 21, automatic on all listings. Takes about 7 days for the first report to generate. And then I'm going to talk about the custom golden ruler template that you can create for your client at any point in the transactional time. And so we're going to look at the one that Century 21 provides first. So if you go to 21online.com and sign in, once you're signed in, there's two ways to access the golden ruler. One is by typing it in this bar up here on the top. The other is by using the menu button on the right-hand side. Click on that, go to Productivity Hub, and then it's listed under the golden ruler. So we're going to scroll way down and find the golden ruler and click on who's been looking at my listings. I'm going to see a little bit more data than you are because I have access to everyone's listings, but then you're going to go to the left-hand side that says My Listings. From here, you will access the listing that you're going to be looking at the report for and hit Listing Stats. Under Listing Stats, you'll see Seller's Report. You can send it directly to them or you can preview it by clicking here. When you preview this report, what you're seeing is the image of the home, how many total views there are, and a summary of where those views are coming from. So it's listing places like Zillow, HomeSpotter, Trulia, Century 21. I'm going to take note just for my custom report of the Century 21 number. And then on the right-hand side, the top 10 cities that are viewing these properties, and then your information will be down at the bottom. You could download this as a PDF and then send it to your client with some explanation of what this means. And so why I say that is, to a consumer, this doesn't mean anything. And really, the first week on market, it doesn't mean a lot. The second week on market, if we're seeing our numbers decline, then we know that we either have a pricing issue or there is something visually that needs to be amended with the listing itself. So it's a good talking point to say, hey, our views are starting to slide in comparison to where we started. Now we know we're going to get the most views over the first several days, but the reality is if we start to see those numbers decline rapidly, we have to have a conversation about the presentation of the home or about the price of the home. So that is the one that is provided from Century 21. I want to show you a custom report because I actually prefer the custom reports, and there's a couple of reasons why. So if you go to Century 20, let me get back to the home, I'm sorry, century21center.careers, and you click on the agent resources, under Working with Sellers, on the right-hand side, you will see that there's a golden ruler template. If you click on that template, it will download for you, and you are going to see this. Now, this needs to be customized for you, so keep that in mind, and we're happy to help you do that. You're going to put in the image of the listing, the address, and the date period in which you are looking at this report for. And then here's where I said that so here's where we actually need to enter the data. Why I like this report is because sometimes the one that's generated from Century 21 has some random sites on there that nobody's ever heard of. And I like to include the things that people actually know about and that are most relevant. And I also think that seeing a bunch of sites that had 1 or 2 hits is really irrelevant to the situation. I also like that on a custom report, you can have showing feedback. So you can contact agents that have shown the property and get some feedback. This could be a really good time for some constructive feedback on things that they could be doing to make the house present better. And then the open house report is kind of to give them the date of an open house and then how many showings there were, how many people came through that open house and what kind of feedback you were getting at that time. So in order to get these numbers, I want to show you quickly where you find them. I have taken off a couple of sites. So there was a time where Realtor.com showed that to the general public, and now they do not. They will send If you are a member of Realtor.com, you would get a report directly from them as the broker. And the other site that I removed from here is Trulia. Trulia also, who is owned by Zillow, by the way, used to show the number of views, and now it is very difficult to find. And so I just feel like it's best to really make this as user-friendly and easy for both you as the broker and for the consumer. So the first one is century21.com. In order to get those metrics, we need to note that off of the report that's given from Century 21. So I did write that number down on this specific property that I was looking at. And now I'm going to go to Zillow and I'm going to take a look and see what they say about this property. So I'm going to type the address in here. So right away you can see that it shows you how long it's been on Zillow, how many views, and how many saves. So I'm going to go ahead and put this data in there, 3/16 and 12. So I'm going to go back to my here and I'm going to go 3/16 and number of saves 12. And then I'm going to go to Redfin. And now some people say, gosh, Zillow and Redfin, Redfin specifically, it's kind of like our competitor. Well, you're right to some degree, but we all know that what we offer is more valuable. And in addition to that, consumers know who Redfin is, and a lot of them use the app. So it's really important that we not shy away from having conversations about how things are done. So, and how different firms work. So I'm going to scroll way down to the bottom of Redfin's, and you're going to see coming up right here. Redfin had 1,100 views. I mean, this is why we include Redfin in this report, right? So 1,111 views and 11 favorites. I'm going to go ahead and add that to my report. Oops, I need to put a 1 in there. Dot in there, and 11. The other place that you can put data from is the Northwest MLS. So I can't access the data on this one for the MLS, but I did pull up how you do that. And so this is called a hit counter overview. You can find this in the MLS by just putting in the search bar, hit counter. And when you do that, you're going to find right here that this is this PDF. What you'll see is by going to My Listings, you have a view of how many client views there's been and how many agent views there's been, including the ability to send an email to those agents to get feedback. So this is a really cool place as well. So I'm just going to pretend, because I'm for the demo purposes, that we've had 191 agents view it, 183 clients. I'm really more concerned about client views, so I'm going to put 183 in here. I would then do my math and amend this number accordingly. And then I would give my feedback here for the showings. So you can write whatever you want in here and blah, blah, blah. I'm also going to then give some information on my open houses, and then I'm going to print this report off into a PDF and send it over to my client. Or I'm going to use the snipping tool, which every computer should have. Apple products have a different name for it. And I'm just going to snip the whole report. I'm going to hit the little copy button right here, and I'm going to paste that right into an email so that when somebody opens the email, this is what they see, with an explanation from me of what this actually means. So I hope that you found that this is helpful. Again, if you need help setting up the template, it's in the Century 21 Center for you. But if you need help with any of that, I'm happy to assist you, as along with the girls, Matea, Shayna, and Stephanie are happy to help as well. One thing I will note about the Golden Ruler and about the demo of where to find these things, Zillow and Redfin, they like to change things up just to keep us on our toes. So sometimes they will move around where the numbers are. This is definitely what happened with Realtor and with Trulia. So hopefully by the time you're watching this video, everything's still in the same place. Thanks so much, and get those reports out to your clients.